Hello everyone, welcome to mvpvishwakosha. Today we are discussing 2nd September 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about PM Modi and Vladimir Putin talks on the sidelines of the SCO, okay, Tianjin summit. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin held a bilateral meeting on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Tianjin. The meeting was described as the reaffirmation of close India-Russia ties and covered strategic economic security cooperation. And also officials and media reports says talks include defending and deepening cooperation, okay, on energy, trade, defense, supplies, and also coordination on steps to seek a reduction, that cessation of Ukraine conflict. Modi called a constructive effort to end the war. And separately, that Russian officials said a discussion coincided with the ongoing talks to expand deliveries of Russian S-400 air defense system to India. So all that outcomes very important, that political signal that India and Russia publicly reaffirmed the special and privileged character of their partnership, a continuity message to in strategic ties and also defense and military technical cooperation. Russia confirmed talks on additional S-400 system and also energy and trade and Ukraine and peace language, and Modi urged constructive step to end Ukraine conflict. Okay, and multilateral balance. That meeting came in the context of SCO discussion, where China, Russia, and India emphasized alternatives to Western-led frameworks. Okay, all that is sidelines SCO summit in Tianjin, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Putin. Okay, meeting. Next news, that is 2025 Raman Magsaysayawardeducategirlsngo award. Okay, that is given to the NGO Educate Girls. So that Raman Magsaysayawardeducategirlsngo award 2025 often regarded as the Asia's Nobel Prize. Okay, so that given to, that is Educate Girls. That is Foundation to Educate Girls globally, becoming the first Indian non-profit NGO ever to receive this prestigious honor. Okay, so that is founded by Safina Hussain in 2007. Okay, and also that scope and impact operates in over 30,000 villages across India, has successfully re-enrolled over 2 million girls in schools. In Rajasthan alone, over 7 lakh girls brought back to classrooms. Okay, also offers two key initiative, that is Vidya program, enroll girls up to 14 years. Pragati program, second chance education for girls, women aged 15 to 29, improving employability and academic completion, and also supported by grassroots network of over 23,000 team Balika, and also volunteers who identify out of the school girls and facilitate their education using government infrastructure, and also retains over 90% of enrolled girls and pioneered a development impact bond. Okay, and also result linked funding model in education. So all that, that is first Indian NGO to win Raman Magsaysayawardeducategirlsngo award, and also all that founded in by 2007-8 by Safina Hussain, and operation 30 plus thousand plus villages, and also re-enrolled in million plus girls. Okay, all that award, all that exam perspective, it is very important. Next, about that solar energetic, that electrons. Okay, that is from NASA and European Space Agency. Okay, so that is solar orbiter. So this solar energetic electrons are traced to dual sources on the sun. That is European Space Agency Solar Orbiter mission has for the first time clearly differentiated two types of solar energy electrons events and traced each back to distinct solar phenomena. Two phenomena. Okay, one is impulsive, that is solar energetic electrons. That is brief intense burst launched by solar flares, localized explosions on the sun's surface. Okay, and also another one is gradual solar energetic electrons. That is longer duration particle emission associated with the coronal mass ejection and large explosion of solar plasma. So why this? Because delay occurs between solar activity and detection. Is observation revealed that after a flare or a CME occurs, energetic electrons take hours to reach detection point in space, and also the delays is partly due to scattering, turbulence, and magnetic field interaction with the solar and with the helisphere, also with the slow and dispersing electrons. So all that very important, that solar orbiter. It is European Space Agency and NASA distinguishes two categories. All the two categories: impulsive flares and gradual CMEs. Okay, all that is, and also explanation of detection delays, electron scattering due to solar wind turbulence, highlight the sun as a natural diverse particle accelerator. So all that sun earth connection and space weather, particle acceleration mechanism, role advanced heliospheric missions, broader implications, all that is very important. Next news, that is about global central bank gold reserve. There is an increase in that global central bank gold reserves. So that central banks now hold more than gold than US treasuries for the first time since 1996. So that global central bank reserves in gold have surpassed holding in US treasuries. This signals a strategic shift in how nations manage foreign reserves, favoring gold over sovereign bonds. And also record-breaking accumulation continues. In 2024, central globally banks globally added over 1,000 metric tons of gold, marking the third consecutive year of such a high volume purchase. And also total gold reserves now hover around 36,000 tons, near the historic 1965 high of 38,000 tons. And as for early 2025, gold constitutes approximately 20 to 24% of global foreign reserves, surpassing the euro 16% and secondly only to the US dollar. So all that central banks expect further increase that according to the World Gold Council 2025 survey, 95% of central bank reserve managers foresees an increase in gold holdings over the next year, and also 43% expect their own gold reserves to rise, and also the share of reserve managers actively managing gold has risen from 37% 2024 to 44% in 2025. All that prelims perspective, exam perspective, that central bank gold holding have overtaken US treasuries for the first time since 1996. Okay, all that over 1,000 tons of gold bought annually by central banks in 2022, 23, 24. Okay, and also gold now make up 20 to 24% of global foreign reserves, second only to the US dollar. And also 95% of central bank anticipated increasing gold reserves in the next 12 months. Okay, all that gold reserves, all that is very important. Next is recent, that is exercise Yudhkaushalindianarmy 3.0, that is conducted by Indian Army. The Indian Army recently conducted exercise Yudhkaushalindianarmy 3.0 in the Kamang region of Arunachala Pradesh. That is a challenging terrain featuring high altitude and harsh weather. And also highlights of the exercise include operational debut, okay, on Ashni platoons, showcasing fusion of next generation tech, tactical operation, demonstration of drone surveillance, real-time target acquisition, precision air that strikes, air lateral dominance, and synchronized battlefield maneuvers, and also engagement of Indian civil defense industry, reflecting the decade of transformation and progress under Atmanirbhar Bharat. And also the exercise reaffirmed the India's, that is armies, combat readiness in high altitude terrain, integration of unmanned system, precision weaponry, and also multi-domain operational capabilities key to future warfare. So all that is Yuddha Kaushal 3.0, and location Kamang region, Arunachal Pradesh, and all that features debut of Ashini platoons, and also use of drone surveillance, precision strikes, air lateral dominance, and also inclusion of civil defense industry and alignment with Atmanirbhar Bharat. And also main objective validate multi-domain readiness, technology integration, and combat capability in extreme environment. All that technological modernization and strategic autonomy. Okay, and also multi-domain warfare preparedness, operational readiness in Himalaya terrain, civil and military industries in energy, future warfare doctrines, evaluation, all that is very important. Okay, next news, that is President Draupadi Murmu's recent visit to Mysore, Karnataka. Okay, that is President Draupadi Murmu made her first official visit to Mysore since assuming office in July 2022 on September 1st and 2nd, 2025. So, key engagement in that inaugurated the Diamond Jubilee. Okay, so 60th anniversary celebration of All India Institute of Speech and Hearing at Mansa Gangotri, Mysuru, and also visited the historic Mysore Palace for a traditional breakfast hosted by royal family matriarch Pramoda Devi Vadayar, where she toured the true trophy room and armory, and also preparation and public measures, that citywide arrangements and entry restrictions. Okay, and also some key message and highlights. AISH Diamond Jubilee, the President emphasized the need of innovation and self-reliance in technologies for speech and hearing impairments, and such as affordable cochlear implants, and encouraged collaboration for early diagnosis and awareness. And also, she also acknowledged AISH Inclusive Therapy Park as a model both nationally and internationally. At Mysore Palace, President Murmu warmly appreciated the cultural hospitality and the heritage significance of the palace through the guided tour. Okay, all that President visit to Mysore, all that making her first official visit to the city since 2022. And also she inaugurated the Diamond Jubilee of AISH. Okay, and also she visited Mysore Palace hosted by the Mysore royal family, and also entry restrictions were placed at AISH and Mysore Palace during her visit. So all that focus on disability right and innovation, cultural diplomacy and heritage, administration readiness and protocol, all that symbolic integration and modernity and tradition, all that is very important. Next news, that is Spanish beaches were closed due to appearance of venomous blue dragons. Okay, that is Glaucus atlanticus. Okay, so with the several beaches along Spain coast Blanca. Okay, that is were temporarily closed after rare and venomous blue dragons were spotted ashore. Authorities raised red flag and banned swimming to ensure public safety. Okay, so that is around the same period. Three beaches on Coast de Solo, namely Cala Verde and El Payaso and Cala Serrat, are also closed when beachgoers encounter swarms and blue dragons. So, who or what are that blue dragons means? So, that blue dragons refers to a Glaucus atlanticus, that is vivid 3 to 4 centimeter long pelagic sea slugs that drift on ocean current and are extremely venomous. Okay, and also these nudibranch feed on venomous marine animals like Portuguese man, ovar, and concrete the stinging cells for their own defense, making this sting more potent than that of their prey. Okay, some health risk and safety protocol. A sting of a blue dragon can result in intense pain, nausea, vomiting, skin burns, and in rare cases, that is severe allergic reaction. So authorities issued the following safety guidelines: immediately raise a red flag to restrict swimming. Do not touch anchorage even with gloves. If stung, rinse with salt water only. Use sticks and gloves to remove tentacle fragments. Seek medical attention promptly. Okay. Very important that unexpected appearance of these creatures in Mediterranean water is likely due to shifting ocean currents and rising sea temperature. Also, sign of climate change driven tropicalization of the region. Okay, scientists note that warm current changes in marine prey distribution and climate dynamics are altering traditional species boundaries. Okay, all that is about recent species involved. Okay, next news, that is about weather alert in northwestern India triggered in the interaction of two weather systems. Okay, so that is the Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for Uttarakhand with the warnings extended. Okay, to Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. Okay, so forecasting extreme rainfall, flash floods, and also landslides and rising river levels. This is due to rare two system interaction in the Himalayan region. Okay, and also that the volatile synergy of these two weather systems is elevating hydrological and geomorphic risk in already fragile mountain areas. And also, although the precise identify of the interacting system is not specified in this article, such situations typically involve western disturbances, monsoon flows, or low pressure systems coming together to intensify precipitation. So essential, very important that Uttarakhand, Red Alert, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir. Also phenomena, interaction between two weather systems resulting in intense rainfall and flash floods, landslides, swollen rivers, and also importance that exemplifies real world impact of weather system in the Himalayan region. Also climate system and regional weather and disaster management or preparedness, environmental stability and mountain ecology. Implication for climate resilience, policy, architecture, all that is system interaction dynamics, hazardous in mountain regions, preparedness and response, policy and sustainability implications, all that is flash floods, all that is very important. Next is about briefly that is exercise Yudhabhyas 2025. That is India-USA joint military drill. So that is 21st edition of exercise Yudhabhyas between the Indian and the US armies is underway. Okay, that is from September 1st to 14, 2025 at Fort Wainwright, Alaska. and began amid ongoing bilateral trade tension, yet underscores the resilience of the defense partners. And also, the exercise is one of the largest ever joint army drills involving over 450 Indian soldiers and their American counterparts, demonstrating deepening military ties. And also, focus areas include high altitude warfare and counter drone strategies, also tailored to prepare both armies and modern multi domain battle environment. Okay, all that very important. That exercises and all. Name of that exercise: Yudhabhyas 21st edition. Okay, and also for that is Alaska, US. Okay, and also 450 Indian soldiers along with US troops from 11th Airborne Divisions, and also high altitude combat counter unmanned aerial vehicle, and also that importance that largest joint army war game between India and US held despite trade frictions. All that strategic autonomy and defense diplomacy, modern warfare and capability enhancement, alliance management and signal diplomacy, operational readiness in strategic environment, all that is very important. Next point that is about recent catastrophic landslide in Sudan's Darfur region. So a massive landslide struck Tarasin village in the Jebel Mara mountains of central Darfur, western Sudan. Okay, that is on August 31st, 2025. After days of heavy rain, the entire village was buried, leaving only one survivor. Over 1,000 residents are feared dead, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in Sudan's recent history. The area is extremely remote, accessible only by foot or donkeys paths, and also located in volcanic mountain range, reaching around 3,000 meters above sea level. And also, the UN report that the toll could be anywhere from 370 to 1,000 due to difficulties in assessing in the site and verifying figures. The Sudan Liberation Movement Army, which controls the area, is spearheading a rescue effort and has appealed the UN and International Aid Agency for assistance. All that location, terrain village, that is Sudan, and also catastrophic landslide, and also casualties and assess and appeal, and also climate vulnerability, natural disaster, humanitarian crisis in conflict zone, challenge in disaster response, role in international community, human rights and legal dimension, and also physical climate context, compounding humanitarian emergencies, operational constraints in disaster management, all long-term implications, necessity of global solidarity. All that is very important. Okay, that is about 2nd September 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.